One of the bright spots that I seen early on was a kid named Hass Irv. And I'm like, yo, Hass Irv, the name is dope. Like, you know, who is this kid? Who is this kid? Who is this kid?
I wanna ride and go. 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 Hop in the whip to ride.
I usually 9 times out of 10 have a hook before I hop in the booth. Like, I'm really good at making hooks just off the top of my head or just writing hooks. That's really my niche. So I'm back from the top of the top.
I ain't been up in a minute, I'm up. I ain't been up in a minute, I ain't been up in a minute.
Harlem is like a home of a lot of inspiration, you feel me? When it comes to fashion and it comes to just trendsetting and historic movies or anything that has to do with real black culture or youth culture. So I chose this location right here. This is the Graham Court. A lot of people from Harlem know this place for probably being, you know, the infamous Carter building from New Jack City. There's a lot of important people like Dapper Dan, A$AP Rocky, made history in New York City, right in these grounds right here.
I'm here to set the record straight.
At the age of 2, I was sent back to Africa because my family had like a whole bunch of situations going on out here. My mother was like one of the first generations of Guineans and West Africans to come out here and move to Harlem. When I turned 4, I was sent to Paris. I grew up in Paris for like about a year, learned French, came back to Africa, and then I finally came to the US when I was 7 years old. When I came back, I was in Harlem, and I was living on 119th, and that's where all of my just being influenced and all that type of stuff, you know, came about. It's just coming outside, wanting to fit in and wanting to be around people who, you know, made me feel cool or wanting to be with the cool people. That was just what it was all about for me at first, was, you know, trying to just be accepted because I didn't speak English like that. And I didn't feel like, you know, I didn't feel like I looked like everybody else. So that was my main thing.
How many languages do you speak?
I speak French, Fulani, Bambara, and English. Bambara is a native language in Mali. Fulani native language in Guinea. Au revoir. Hass Irv, je suis là. Oh, and yeah. I'm gonna let y'all rock on the Bambara. But we're gonna come back and we're gonna work on the Bambara and we're gonna get it right for the next one. Gotcha.
Everything on touch. Don't touch.
Oh shit! I've been doing this since 9/8. It's my turn to wild way, fan face. Big up, bless up.
Alright. Shitting me. That's Harlem.
Here,
Fire.
No basis. No basis.
These comfort kicks, I used to come here and get sneakers all the time. Mostly before I started reselling, you know. Once I started reselling, I was getting my own sneakers.
You still gonna be selling sneakers after you blow up?
Hell yeah, I'm definitely gonna be selling sneakers. I'm be in the culture. I'm gonna be active. I'm gonna make sure I'm one of the top dogs in this, whatever you wanna call it. I don't really, you know, see any real sneaker competition or whatever, but I'm gonna make that a thing. I'm gonna make sure that the sneaker culture is seen how it's never been seen before. Basically got into sneakers and sneaker culture when I was about, I want to say as young as like 10 years old, 11 years old. Like once I came out here and moved to Harlem, I was just a fanatic when it came to like cool sneakers or exclusive kicks or anything that just, you know, was appealing to the eye. When I first got into high school and stuff like that, I started like going out and actually standing online, having my own bread to like buy sneakers and stuff. So I was just outside more and I ran into these dudes named Kicks Kings. These are a couple of the homies from my block and stuff, and they were like the first wave of people who was reselling sneakers and doing like pre-orders, you know, getting like money in advance for like 100 pairs of sneakers before the release date just to buy the shoes and make a big margin of profit. So once I got around dudes like that and like, you know, just being in Harlem and being around the whole culture, being fly and stuff, I was just heavy on it. I would go out every weekend or every release, whenever it was a release, News J's, whatever the case may be. I was like, you know, just on top of it, knowing the release days. I know what's the retail price, I know the resale price. I would have people come out there ready to stand online with me, for me, like I paid them, profit, all that. It was crazy. But that's how it really just started and escalated from there. You know, it was just history after that. The first kicks I ever sold was the Pearl Foam Posits, the Pearl Foam Posit Pros. I remember I was in high school, but I wasn't reselling at the time. That was just like the first shoe that I bought and sold like that, you know, gave me the intuition to know that sneakers were like resellable. So like I had these foam posits, and I had the royal blue foam posits, and one of my boys had the pearls, and we went to his after school program together, and he wanted to trade, but I didn't really like the pearls. But he convinced me to trade him because he was like, he had somebody who was ready to buy his shoes. So I traded him and I sold the shoes and got the money. And after that, I was like, damn, like the sneaker thing is serious. So from there, it's like I just started, you know, really pursuing it and finding out more information. And then from there was that was it. Like I just knew that sneakers were sellable and I knew I had to get them.
Here, no patience.
Why they call me Hassy the Plug? Cause I am. When I was reselling, if you was a person who didn't want to leave your house and get a shoe, then you call Hassy and believe at noon that same day when you wake up, your shoes gonna be there. Like it's gonna be secured. So that's just what it was. The biggest amount of profit I ever made off sneakers, shit, I couldn't tell you. Overall, accumulatively, I know it's a lot, but if I could think of one big shoe situation, probably like the Cause 4s. I don't know if you guys know the Cause Jordan 4 collab. They had the gray one, the original colorway, when it came out. Shoes was like $380, and they were selling for like $2,000. So that's about $1,620 margin. So yeah, that's probably the most I ever made off of one shoe at a time. But I mean, I had multiple pairs, so you could do the math. I still got access to sneakers and stuff like that, but you know, I don't stand in line and do stuff like that no more. But you know, when I was doing it heavily, that was like what I was mainly known for. Before I was doing music or anything like that, that's what got me, like, you know, all the recognition or all the attention from, you know, my community or whatever. It was just selling sneakers. That was me. I see the plug.
Hop in the coupe, now I'm going insane, yeah. Smoking on gas like propane, yeah.
On my top 5 J's, damn, that's hard, but I'ma just go with my top 5 Jordan 1s to make it easier, you feel me? Got the fragment ones, that's on a fashion tip. If I'm going to a fashion show, if I'm making an exclusive pop out, gotta have those on. Anybody see those, they'll know what they are. Bread ones, classic, OG, black and red, they go with anything. Could take those to the store, could take those to see my shorty, take them anywhere, they good. Shadows, I like the shadows because even when they're dirty, you know, they still got a cool look to them, you get what I'm saying? And it's black and gray, so it's like, it still kind of got that go with whatever kind of vibe, so. Royal blue, you know, it's a classic one right there. I just love that shoe. It means a lot to me, just as being a sneakerhead or whatever. It was a point where I couldn't get that shoe for mad long. And the Chicago one, that's like the first Jordan 1. I hold it dear because it's like, you know, that's an OG. Any of the OGs gotta get respect for me. So, yeah, that's like my top 5 Jordan 1s right there. Jordan 1 is probably my number 1 when it comes to any sneakers.
Run up on the gang, pussy nigga, then your fish fry. Call me fisherman, cause a nigga got the big rise.
In December, I was a part of Pusha T's curated playlist called 1800 Seconds, which was like a collaboration between 1800 and 10 upcoming artists, which I was a part of, and Pusha T. And the experience for me was really dope because at the time, you know, I was still unsigned. I was just still kind of figuring myself out in the world of just being an underground artist. I feel like that whole 1800 experience in general was kind of like a sign, in a sense. Like something in me just makes me want to have a song with Push and be able to say that I did that experience, and then down the line I was able to work with him, and it didn't just happen just based on that experience, and that we actually built a relationship and came back to do it in a genuine way. So transitioning from high school into making music, it was kind of quick, I would say, because in high school I didn't do anything regarding music or having to do with music. I wasn't passionate about music like how I am now, and quite frankly, I didn't even think I was going to rap, anything like that. I was going to Iona College right after I graduated, and that's a private school in New Rochelle. So I was commuting there back and forth, and I just started like playing with music, and I gained a liking to it. And then from there, it was just like nothing mattered anymore. So I feel like the transition was kind of like 0 to 100 kind of effect. Like one day I didn't really, like, you know, it wasn't a big deal. And then once I recorded 1 or 2 tracks, that was the only thing I wanted to do. Steve, he said, let's do it tomorrow.
Let's do it.
All right, let's get it, Steve.
I'm Steve Rockstar Dickey. This is my studio, top secret location. I've been doing this for like 15 years, worked with a bunch of people, got a lot of clients, did all the Fab stuff with Mall, Hass stuff, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, and don't gloss over the fact that you work with Puff. Prior to that, Danity, everything Puff was doing, Last Train in Paris, Machine Gun Kelly, Hove. Come on, Steve. You gotta tell the people, man.
All that, French Montana, Jay-Z, Gloria Estefan, B5, Young Jock, DJ Felly Fell, I don't even know. Lots of people. This has been dope, man. I really came in at the end to do a lot of the mixing. I was brought in by this guy right here, my man, the plug, Molly. He do a lot of work with him together. We've been doing all Fab shit for years and everything else. So we saw some of the songs, re-recorded some ad-libs, remade whole sections, had all kinds of harmonies and stuff going on. Really brought everything to life. You're just gonna transpose it live like that into the right key of this song? That was it.
When I seen him record in his process and him being a guy who listened more than he spoke. That's the whole thing, my take on management, because I'm a creative. So I feel like by me being a creative, I know the creative process. I feel like I can coach better and help more. Because it's guys who good managers, but they don't know shit about the music. They don't know they don't know what they're looking at. They don't know what the language Steve would have to speak. It have to be super dumb. You know what I mean? If you're trying to, so it's like I want to bring, I just want to bring like the experience of where I fucked up at or shit I had to get over the hump on and get that game to my guys out the gate. EP he has coming up is really his defining moment, and this is the springboard to unlock his true potential.
Thick hoes, rich hoes, I like. She bad, she got the spot.